I just think, unfortunately, of late, we just seem to be conceding, soft type goals. We're working really good goals. The goals that we've scored this season have really been of good quality, but unfortunately, the goals we're conceding, we have to be doing better than what we are doing to prevent conceding those goals, which then makes a football game that you in very large parts in control, created opportunities. You can't be looking to score 3 goals every time to be winning matches if we are conceding 2. So that's a disappointing part. But, yeah, there's obviously also a lot of positives one can take out of this game again. Some of the sort of play, the goal that we created, the chances that we created. Yeah, but unfortunately, we have to start improving on both ends of the field in terms of taking our chances. Look at the chances we had in our last couple of games. Again, this evening, it's just an area that right now is just not allowing us to progress and to go forward the way we want to be. So, yeah, we just need to get over the loss, bounce back. Fortunately, we've got a Nedbank fixture on midweek before we have a league fixture. So give us some time to just recuperate and get going again.
Coach, maybe if I can jump here. What seems to be not working, because since I think the season resumed, you have only won once. Now it's like 5 games now without the win. What seems to be the problem, Coach? Have you identified what is the problem, or you just feel that conceding it has been the area of concern, and when you win game, you have to score more goal?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of factors. So obviously, we are, not having won in our last matches does, obviously is not what we want and it's not what we work for every day. But looking at the type of play that we are putting in, I think it's fine margins, and there's just small sort of areas that we just have to be more concentrated, take more responsibility on the field. And unfortunately, we've struggled to get our best sort of team out on the field with, some key injuries to some of our key players, suspensions at the wrong time, and some, COVID cases in isolation. So, yeah, that's also played a part. I think, once we are back to full strength, we can put out, a stronger team and have a lot more options also from the bench. So I think that's also played a part. But, yeah, generally on the field, there are certain things that we have to look to improve on. So we've laid a good foundation. It's now just about improving in the small margins. And especially, just the type of goals that we're conceding, we can't be conceding, and we've just got to take our chances more. So it's work in progress. I'm still confident that we will achieve our targets this season. So, yeah, just a bit of hard work needed.
Coach, Rob in Cape Town. The opening 15 minutes or so, it looked like you were in control of the game. Is that the area that you were talking about when you were, taking chances and that? And also, it had a very Derby-esque feel once you did score, both on the pitch and on the side of the pitch. Was that a tough game to watch?
Not a tough game to watch. It was quite an exciting match, I think, but nerve-wracking. And I think it had at moments that we started well. We dominated, the play and, created and scored a really good goal. Then they sort of got back. We allowed them too much space. In the last 15, 20 minutes of the first half, we sat back and, just invited pressure, which unfortunately, led to the equalizer. So, when you concede close to halftime and immediately after halftime, just makes your life more difficult. But yeah, it was a highly contested match between 2 teams that want to win desperately. Would have taken us to 7th in the league. As well as AmaZulu desperately obviously want to win. So I thought it was a highly competitive game between 2 teams that were out there and giving it their 100%. So unfortunately, we just came out on the wrong end of it. But yeah, there were stages of the game I felt that we were really on top of them, and we just weren't ruthless enough or just lacked the composure to take those chances that fell our way.
Coach, good evening. Commiserations for the loss. Just to follow maybe on Robin Duke's question there about maybe what's going wrong with you and your team this season. Usually a lot of analysts around the world speak about the second season syndrome. Is that a thing? And can you associate yourself and the performance that you've been putting out this season? Can you associate or say maybe you are having that second season syndrome?
No, I disagree with you, unfortunately, on that one. We want to be better than what we were last season. We set our targets to be better. We are on track with that. Accumulated more points at the same stage as last season. I think we've built, a team that is capable of challenging for a top 8 position. But as I said, sometimes things just don't always go your way, and you're just going through a bit of a, testing patch that we are. And it is, a lot of our key players that marquee signings that we brought in are just not available currently. A player like Nathan Sakala was fully missed today. So, yes, but you are correct in terms of a second season is not easy. It is tougher. Teams, they know you now. They know what you're about. They know your players a bit better. So we've just got to continue finding those solutions. But there's no doubt that we are on track and have improved as a team.
Hi, Coach. The main favor here from Sokola Duma. Coach, in your opening remarks, you just touched on your next match, which is against Mamelodi Sundowns in the Nedbank Cup. It doesn't get any easier for you. I just want to know, Coach, how do you now, especially with my colleague having mentioned it's 5 games now without a win, how do you now get the boys in the right mindset for this match, especially considering that you're coming up against the current treble holders?
Yeah, I think I don't think one can have short fix solutions and suddenly change a light bulb and just for one match. I think we've set out our targets. We've set out what we want to achieve at the beginning of the season. And there will be challenges, there will be bumps in the road, and there will be obstacles, and it's about how we handle them and how we show the resilience. I would be far more concerned if we were not competitive in matches and we were, getting rolled over and not creating chances to win matches as we did against Chiefs, as we did this evening. So for me, it's just to continue. The players need to just, have that belief that, they can do special things, and it's just that fine line of the belief that we can, win more football matches than we're currently showing. But, a game like Sundowns for me is a great opportunity, and I don't mind playing a team like Sundowns this coming week. Firstly, number one, because if you want to win a trophy or be competitive in a trophy, you have to beat the best teams at some stage. And secondly, we have nothing to lose against a team like Sundowns. The pressure, will not be on us. So it's not a league match. We can go and work on certain things, try certain things, give opportunity to certain players that are on the fringes, as well as just looking to improve our things. And I don't think Sundowns are, in the best place themselves, but it is a tough fixture away from home against Sundowns, but we're looking forward to it. It's a big challenge for us, but we want challenges to come our way to make us stronger and better.
Coach, Rob again. You did touch on it with the goals conceded, but the times of the goals conceded, the sucker punch times, just before half, just after half time, does that come down to concentration a bit?
It probably does. Obviously, it's well known. The last sort of minutes of a half, fatigue does set in. And I think we just tactically, I think we stopped playing and we allowed them to sort of at us. And we defended for a long period in the last 15, 20 minutes of the first half, which I think led to that sort of situation. So I think tactically we didn't manage it well enough. And then we came out, after half time. We haven't conceded many goals straight after half time, but unfortunately we did in this case. But I thought the response was good. I thought we got ourselves back into the game, and I thought we were a bit unlucky not to get an equalizer.
Coach, I should maybe chip in there, Temba Shabalala, Joseph FM Sports. Just a quick one, Coach. You mentioned a bit about COVID. How often do you get derailed on your plans because of players testing positive? And how many of your players have tested positive probably since the beginning of the season? And how are there any contingency plan from your side, seeing that the teams don't come out to say Blair Sorenso is out because of COVID-19 related, absence. And how much of that does it play in your game and your planning? I always crossing your fingers to say, I hope nobody gets tested and gets a positive test. And coach, just to close it off, you had an appointment at the tunnel or at the end of the game with Coach Benny. Take us through that.
Yeah, look, firstly on the COVID related, obviously I think it does affect teams. It's not only us that get affected. We are an environment where we're based at the Stellenbosch Academy of Sport, where we've got a number of teams that train with us, and we all get tested on a regular basis. So we do follow the protocols to the book. This week leading up to the game, some players had spent time with somebody that got positive, so therefore we had to take a precautionary measure of them isolating and not training. Unfortunately, they then did test thereafter and were negative, and then were able to then travel with the team. So yeah, it does affect your planning and your preparation. I'm not at liberty right now, numbers-wise, to say, but we've had our fair share of positive cases over the season, including myself. It's something not nice that one wants to go through. So yes, it does pose us challenges, especially we're a small squad. We're only 24 players, including 3 goalkeepers. It does at times, stretch resources, but we were aware of, the challenges of having a small squad, but I'm still happy that we can continue. And yeah, unfortunately, games are hotly contested. Coaches want to win matches, and words are sometimes said. And I'll leave it at that.